Dress announcer Chris Carabello, and we're going to have a special playing of the national anthem. Imhotep versus LaSalle is next here on Bob Long Sports.
Today we commemorate that fateful day and honor the memory of those who were lost, particularly those members of the LaSalle and Imhotep communities. Please join together in a moment of silence. Please remain standing as we honor America, our men and women in the armed forces, and veterans of military service, with the playing of our national anthem, performed this afternoon by the LaSalle Pep Band under the direction of Senior John Curry.
Moving and impactful, a pregame ceremony here on the 20th anniversary of the attacks on the World Trade Centers on September 11th. And it's time for a football game this afternoon. LaSalle College High School at 2-0, taking on Imhotep Charter, a team that's played LaSalle 3 times in their history. They've won 2 of them, but the most recent one was a 16-13 victory where LaSalle took down Imhotep just 3 short years ago. And a lot of these guys standing next to me were with me at the time. Tyler Kern, Rob Stott, my guys here up in the booth. Excited to be with you guys. And listen, we had an exciting Game Day Live program on the field, so we talked a little bit about it then. But for those folks that are just joining us here for kickoff, what are we looking forward to? What can we expect from the game of the week here in Pennsylvania?
Bob, it's incredible to be back up in the booth with you after a long period off. But today I think we can expect a lot of what we saw in that last contest, which was a lot of hard-fought, fought for yards, a lot of strong defense on both sides of the ball, and potentially another low-scoring game. So we'll see what we get out of this one, but I'm looking for a good one.
Corey Downing back deep to receive for Imhotep. They will receive, along with Rashawn Wright. Santiago Sterla will kick it deep for LaSalle in the gold helmets with the navy blue tops. Homecoming weekend underway here at LaSalle, and it'll be a touchback to start. Guys, just last night, the 2009 state champion LaSalle College High School football team was honored. Tyler, a member of that team as a freshman back in 2009. And so a lot of those guys are back here in the stands. It is a capacity standing room only crowd here at Springfield High School. No better scene for what will be a great game this afternoon.
And couldn't ask for a better day. It's gorgeous out here. You know, this morning felt like hints of fall, but we are still, you know, riding about 80 degrees right now. It's going to be a beautiful day for some hard-nosed physical football.
Tyler, you going to get yourself a LaSalle Vegas Gold jacket to go with the commemoration?
I didn't plan on it. I got to put my jacket order in, I guess.
Our booth just got an upgrade, Bob.
I'm a 44 long.
And my right arm's just a little bit longer than my left. This is Mikhail Davis, the starting quarterback. Ooh. He is hit hard there by Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter, a Penn State commit. One more look.
Just a lot of gold helmets in that football there. For it looked like the gain was there. There was a good number 91, Kieran Campbell, from on the defensive line, made a great pursuit, and just a lot of gold helmets converging there.
Carter, a guy that Franklin I know is looking forward to getting his hands on here in a few months, putting the lick on at the end of that play, making sure that first hit he went down.
It's hard to believe he's a senior this year.
Unreal. Incredible to watch him grow over the last 4 years.
3 wide set. Maurice Beverly, the fullback in the backfield, along with Mikhail Davis. The lefty takes the snap, and a nice defensive play there. Amir Anderson.
You can't get there much earlier than that. That was perfect coverage on that play.
Unbelievable timing, way to go up and just knock that ball down by Anderson.
One more look there. And again, I like the start there by Imhotep trying to get something going, but press coverage, Amir Anderson there on the play.
Expect a lot of that. You know, we've seen it over the last few years. These corners get tested and time and again. You know, whether they're going to step up to it, we'll see. Early on, it's been, a couple of good stands by this defense, setting up a 3rd and long here on the first drive for Imhotep.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. They need the 30-yard line for the first down. 3 down linemen for LaSalle. And there's pressure. Down he goes. Chris Thompson, the senior captain linebacker.
Something about those 4s on defense, Bob. They always seem to step up in big situations over the years. And in this occasion, Chris Thompson waiting his turn when that line opened up, busting right through the hole and getting to the quarterback for a big sack on 3rd down.
Very interesting, guys, to see that opening set for Imhotep. Now, Mikhail Davis is going to be the punter as well for this team. But against DeMatha, they ran the ball a lot, and they got really creative, a lot of 2 tight end sets, pulling guards. Didn't see any of that as they dropped back to pass 3 times.
They wanted to test these corners and just didn't get the time to do so on that first drive.
Ryan Moore is back deep to receive. Heels on the 44. Ball is dropped, and that's going to be, a flag does come down. There was contact there. It wasn't tipped. We'll get one more look.
And it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was contact there. He did not get the ball. It's probably the right call. It's just kind of tough that for LaSalle that you get bailed out there on a play like that. The question now will be running into versus roughing, and either way, they're not going to take the distance tacked on from there. But I believe they're going to have to punt again, and it is of the 5-yard variety, running into the kicker.
Yeah, from the looks up here where it went, obviously you're going for the retake on the punt, but that only made it to about, I want to say, inside the 20.
Yep. So they'll elect to re-kick. But already special teams proving to be a little bit of an issue for Imhotep. He can make good with it here. Mikhail Davis back deep to punt. That time he does catch it clean, and another not-so-good punt. That bounces out of bounds at the LaSalle. Make that Imhotep 31-yard line.
We got an extra 11 yards there from that penalty, but pretty similar field position.
I mean, in theory, the decision worked out for them. They got the ball further downfield for LaSalle, but not much further. Another just a high snap that time. It was low on the first attempt, high on the second attempt. Punter had to bring it down and just felt rushed maybe after what he went through on that previous 4th down. And shanks it again.
I'm no punting expert, but that looked like it went off the inside of Mikhail's boot there too. So believe it's supposed to go on the outer laces, Bob.
And now Sam Brown right up the gut. A good gain there, a gain of 8 yards.
That's what you expect to see from your star running back. First play of the game, just running downhill. And talk about another guy we've seen grow over the last 4 years, Sam Brown, the Rutgers commit, getting the handoff on first down and picking up a hard-fought 8 yards.
Well, this is going to be interesting all day long. Sam Brown is a Rutgers commit. As he gets the ball again, falls forward and should have enough. He's right at that line to gain. But he's going to be running through an Imhotep defensive line that features a Penn State commit senior Keon Wiley, along with Eni White, who is the top defensive end recruit in the country. Jasir Whittington in the middle. He has offers from BC, Temple, and Penn State, and he is only a sophomore. Eni White offers from Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, et al.
And certainly, big edges will let this play go.
Stevie Davis pounded at the line. That was Eni White with first contact.
I was going to say the first 2 plays were right up the middle to avoid White and Wiley, but that time they decided to challenge White, and you can see the top edge rushing recruit in the country, why he has that title, just shedding off the blocker and making the play.
Yeah, Ryan Carr, the left tackle, that's going to be a big task for him. And you see how many offensive linemen LaSalle has extra right there. They have 1 extra offensive lineman. As Alan Paterzo, his first throw of the game, into double coverage. And it is intercepted. Yes, indeed. There's the confirmation. What a play.
Wow. Had his eyes set on Sam Brown there. Didn't look away, tried to force it in there, and nice job by Imhotep to come down with the interception in the end zone.
That's a broadcaster's error there. I got in the way of our buddy Seamus, so I'm sorry about that. I'll stay back. But what a play that was defensively. We knew this was going to be a defensive game.
Yeah, just threw into double coverage. Great job by the 1D back, popping it up in the air, and the other one just making an athletic play, catching it from the ground.
And really tough on that offense, getting the ball right at the 30 to start their first drive, just unable to convert. See what Imhotep does here.
Here's Will Robinson. He gets the first handoff of the game. Oh, a nice run there. Inside the 50-yard line. So the 3 dropbacks. Now they go to the run. And Imhotep driving here.
Well, that didn't take long. A bit of a slow start for Imhotep offense, but I saw a nice pull from the guard there. Really opened up the hole and gave him a nice lane to get a huge gain there.
They say he stepped out at the 47-yard line, so still on their side of midfield, Imhotep. Dressed in white, white helmets, black pants. The give is right up the middle. Maurice Beverly, the fullback, plows through for a gain of 4.
I just can't help but look at the matchup closest to us on the number 74 on Imhotep. He's weighing in at, I think, 350, going up against a 205 D end. That's a matchup.
One more time back on that throw. I like the idea, right? Sam Brown is a guy who can go win balls, 50-50 balls. Unfortunately, that one turned into 33% because it was into double coverage there. LaSalle was moving, and now Imhotep trying to take that momentum, and they're going to get second down and short, offside, called against Kieran Campbell.
Just 2 penalties so far against the Explorers. You need to be playing some more fundamental football here. The first one didn't impact them too much. They got similar field position, but goes from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and short.
Give right up the middle, hit at the line, but does stumble forward for a first down. That's Trey McLeod, number 3.
Yeah, good aggression by Chris Thompson filling that hole, but he just had a full head of steam and got the easy 1-2 yards for the first down.
I expect to see a combination of Trey McLeod and Will Robinson in the backfield. Big roles in Imhotep's first 2 wins. The first a squeaker against Pittsburgh Central Catholic, a game where Pittsburgh Central Catholic didn't get to double digits. This Imhotep defense showed up big time. And then another close game, low scoring, against the Matha. There's a big-time play, and the Penn State commit, Abdul Carter.
Who else? Abdul breaking through the line, finding his hole, and just cutting the run down before it could get anywhere.
They try to go off tackle here, and it's Carter coming from the second level. Unfettered access.
Just a great play by Carter. It's kind of tough to put your body on the line, going full speed ahead, big running back coming right at you, but just, great fundamental tackle by Carter.
Second down and 10. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Scoreless from Springfield High School. And it is an option as Davis takes it right up the middle. Another tackle made by Abdul Carter.
I don't know if we caught it on the near sideline, but a very near offsides. Keon Wiley just getting back onside before that snap. Lined up about a yard offsides.
Good read that time by Davis, the quarterback. It's third down and 6. 4 down territory, you would say almost certainly. Imhotep does not attempt field goals, or has not to this point in the season, and also has not attempted extra points. I'm told that may change here today, but they have not yet attempted an extra point on the year. They always go for 2. So on this side of midfield, you can say almost certainly LaSalle will need 2 stops.
Right through the line.
Abdul Carter. How about the day already?
Wow.
Great sack for Carter. He came in with a full head of steam here.
He knew what he was doing right from the snap, got through the line, and with a huge sack on third down.
Got skinny in there, broke through that gap he saw, and just made a huge play.
Oh.
Well, interesting. Nassim Gray, the left guard, was pulling, and they do that a lot, right? They pull guards, and they were sending a running back out into the flat. And Tyler, one way to disrupt that is just to not give them the time to execute that pull. And that time, that's exactly what Carter did. He got to the quarterback before anything could be accomplished there. And so that sack does take them out of kind of go-for-it territory. Much better punt that time from Davis. Let's see how good this can be. A coffin corner inside the 5. Brilliant that time from the sophomore, Davis.
Just going back to that Carter play, you can tell he was watching his film. I think he was instructed to recognize that play and just read that guard perfectly. So great play by Carter, but Explorers get the ball in unfavorable position.
It's been a game changer to this point. He's been all over the field. Between him and Thompson, the 22 and the 44 doubling each other up number-wise, but they are absolute game wreckers right now for LaSalle on the defensive end.
You're watching LaSalle College High School football here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Rob Stott, Tyler Kern. We have Seamus Morgan with us on camera, and Ray Gomez, class of 2022, helping us out as well on the broadcast. Great to have him. And a mistake that time, Alan Paterzo and Sam Brown not on the same page. Loss of 3.
Not the place you want to be making those misreads or mistakes, mental errors there with your running back, but luckily the Explorers lived to play another down here.
LaSalle trying to draw offside. To no avail that time. Sam Brown, he's going to bounce outside and get back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 2.5.
I believe that play was supposed to go inside there. There was a gap. I think Brown saw that closing and decided to bounce to the outside there for, very small gain, if any.
I would sense a conservative play call here. 3rd and 10 from your own 5. You have a weapon in your punter, Santiago Sturla, and a part that can be a difference in the game. 3 phases, right? And if LaSalle can win the special teams battle, I get the sense this will be a field position type of game, but let's see if they open it up here.
Paterzo split out wide here.
And Ryan Moore bounces up the middle, gets close to the line to gain. He's going to fall about a half-yard short, perhaps. It's all going to depend on the spot, guys. Oh, they're already moving the chains.
Nice vision by Moore. Find the hole, weaving, bobbing, and diving.
Cut to his left, saw it wasn't there, looked back right, found a great gap and just made a grown man play there.
Can it be a wildcat if he's labeled a quarterback on your on your depth chart?
He does it all.
Does it all. I would call that a wildcat. Here's Sam Brown, beats one and gets up to the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Shimmying out of the way of Eni White that time.
That's just what you want from Sam Brown. Make a guy miss, get a nice gain there.
Depending on the eventual commit, maybe something we end up seeing on Saturday afternoons, a little Brown shaken by Eni, but cool to see it here play out on a high school field on homecoming, and just nice moves by Brown to get around him.
Don't dismiss how big a first down that was. Ryan Moore, who got 10 1/4 yards en route to that first down. Now they will go to the air again. Paterzo over the middle, has a man wide open. Nice throw. E.J. Wentz coming out of the fullback position. He split out wide at tight end that play, guys.
Nice vision.
Yeah, first big gain for LaSalle there. That was good block by Brown to give his QB some time to make that throw.
And nice concentration by Wentz, too, falling down but still able to come down with the ball.
6 guys dropped back into coverage there. That was a zone look, and E.J. Wentz found the hole in it. Here's Sam Brown, taken down after a gain of 1. Big-time play.
Some pressure in the backfield almost immediately from Imhotep there.
Khalif Kemp, number 24, the linebacker, got first contact. A minute 21 to go. The first quarter is flying here, and it is scoreless. And that should be surprising to about no one.
Right.
The way these two teams have played, Imhotep hasn't given up more than 10 points. LaSalle hasn't given up more than 7 all year season long. Here's a screen, and Ryan Moore dropped it. He got hit late.
Aye.
That one probably was just a little bit late. I'm surprised not to see any laundry there.
Yeah, just threw the ball a little too high there, and, yeah, like you said, a bit of a late hit.
Yep, that's late.
We have the replay. By Bob's instant replay standards, that is late. Need to put a clock up on the screen next time to determine what is late.
Understood, Tyler. I'm with you. Loud and clear, buddy.
I think I'm spelling it out for myself more than for you.
Got it. Take all the time you need then. Sam Brown makes a move, and he's across midfield. Another third down and long completion. And they got him on one-on-one coverage out there, guys, against Rashawn Wright, number 2.
Just excellent play design, too, to bring Brown in motion across the line, almost like a wheel route the way they kind of ran it. Get Brown in motion, full head of steam, marching downfield and able to just get enough to pick up the first down there.
It's good flexibility and athleticism from Brown, too, you know, kind of catching it from behind him and turning right upfield. Not that we'd expect anything less.
Final minute of the first quarter here, 55 seconds left to play. Sam Brown makes one miss and is able to fall forward there, now pushed back eventually, but did get 2 yards on the play.
Clear the what they're trying to do, handing the ball off to Brown inside, you know, wanting to run the ball up the middle, away from those speedy and effective edge rushers, but not to discount, you know, the inside of this Imhotep line because they're strong up and down the line.
4 receivers here for LaSalle, just the 5 linemen. And it's the Wildcat. Ryan Moore gets up near the line to gain. He's going to be 1.5 yards short. 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
Great play by Moore, I believe, reading that DN coming right at him. Decided to keep it for himself. You can see 16 turned around there and just nice gain.
Well, that's exactly right. As we get to the end of the first quarter, when you get that read option, you're actually trying, like you said, right, to let that D end, you know, being on the other side of that, being that D end, leave him free, make him make a decision. And Zahir Mathis, number 16, picked the running back. They didn't have a ton of block or coverage outside, so we had to kind of corner that side of it and more up the middle. It'll be 3rd down and short right after this. This portion of today's game brought to you by the Jamison Poorhouse, our favorite place to go watch the games or head over after the games. Beautiful day. Head over there with some family, run by the Wade family. And we're actually going to bring it back to live here. God bless America.
And guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide without. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done as we get ready for the second quarter here. But again, Jamison Poorhouse, run by the Wade family. A tremendous place to go. Watch the game. They've been supportive of what we do here at Bob Long Sports. Allow us to get a full crew out here and put this on the air for you, so we appreciate them.
Look at that bumping student section today, man.
Absolutely. Third down and 2 as we begin the second quarter here on Bob Long Sports.
That band sounds great today too, Bob.
Absolutely, man.
Oh,
They were bringing the noise during Game Day Live today. It was awesome to have them there. Now Sam Brown to the edge, and he's got the first down and a lot more, a gain of 6 yards and a first down.
I really liked Chris Melee's energy that he brought. He got me pumped up for the
he
game.
brought it, man.
Yeah.
What an interview. That was good stuff.
Three hits on interviews today. Jamie
All
Lynch,
strong.
Drew
Oh,
Lockery,
yes.
and Chris Melee. We got a nice group, Bob. Good job.
It was fun. Really enjoyed it. So LaSalle, they've got themselves a drive going here. Sam Brown hit in the backfield. Nice play by Eni White to get first contact. Ball came loose. They were asking for the ball, but it is second down after the loss of 3. This drive started from their own 5-yard line. Third down and 10. They were in the shadow of their own goalpost, although probably not because it's right around noon here, you know. Sun hasn't moved too much. Not a lot of shadows out there, but you get my drift. And then a big third down and 10 run from Ryan Moore on the Wildcat.
And that was about the first time I think we've seen Sam Brown go backwards. Just nice penetration by the Imhotep defensive front here. It's going to be a battle all day.
Paterzo into the flat. E.J. Wentz turns it upfield. Hit hard at the 32-yard line. But sets down third down and manageable, and another spot where it's probably 4-down territory.
Yeah, good job by Wentz there. He knew that second guy was coming across, decided to lower his shoulder and get a gain there.
And that was a really nice hit by Rashawn, right? You see on the replay there. He did lead with the shoulder, got him in the center. So it's a big hit, but it's a clean one. Third down and 7.
Since the pick, though, Paterzo looking good, completing his passes, being accurate.
LaSalle trying to get Imhotep to jump. Maurice Beverly at least popped a little bit, so they're looking for pressure there coming from the near side. Pressure does come. Paterzo over the middle. He's got Sam Brown. Touchdown, LaSalle.
You can see he trusted Sam Brown there. He threw that ball before Brown was open. Brown made a great turn up the field, and that's a good connection.
He had the pre-snap read. He knew where he was looking, and Brown right up the seam saw the pressure coming, which means bringing the pressure, someone's going to be open, and the wrong guy, if your Imhotep, was left wide open, and that's Sam Brown who just took it to the house.
Must be fun to be a quarterback to have someone to throw to like Sam Brown.
Just put the ball in his general vicinity, and things like that. Special things can happen.
Love the play call there.
Santiago Sturla set to tack on the extra point.
Something about this LaSalle team and left-footed boots.
And that kick is up and good.
They like them.
It's 7-0 Explorers. How's that for a start to homecoming? 10:03 to play second quarter.
That was a long drive, too.
95 yards.
Yeah, that took up a chunk of the first quarter and, a couple minutes into the second.
And you saw everything on that drive from LaSalle. I mean, they brought out the Wildcat. We saw Ryan Moore, being able to get the ball in his hands and do a few things. We saw something out of the fullback position. Mr. Wentz, getting the ball in his hands. And, of course, you're going to go to your star running back, your Rutgers commit, and that's Sam Brown. And he did his thing and helped, cap off that 95-yard drive for the Explorers here. First one's on the board here on homecoming.
Yeah, it felt like they were kind of testing the waters of what worked, and to be truthful, just a mix of everything seemed to work well against Imhotep defense there.
Folks, we have an ask of everybody. For the folks watching online, we'd love for you to subscribe to us on Bob Long Sports YouTube. And one of the things you can do in the meantime is you can tell us
where you at.
Where you at?
That's what I thought you were setting me up for. I was ready for it.
Yep, let us know where you're watching this game from, as that one is again pounded into the end zone by Santiago Serla. So tweet at us, at Bob Long Sports, or comment on our YouTube page, and let us know where you're watching the game from. We'll give you a shout-out on the air.
It's been 2 seasons, but I don't forget.
That's right. But we are looking for you to subscribe to us on YouTube. We're getting around that 1,000 mark, and that's important because when you get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, you can actually pull up a phone and go live directly from your phone. I guess YouTube doesn't just want anybody doing that. And we're just about 30 away coming into today.
All right.
And why that's important is when we go on the road, there are differing internet situations, as you all may be aware, and having the ability to come up and use data and do it on the phone and get something out there, regardless of what situation you're in, it allows us to be better at what we do. So if you would, subscribe for some great content. There's a big run up the middle and a nice hit.
Sean McFadden stepping up. He's looking to the sideline, shaking his head. Yeah, he knows what he did. Lowering the shoulder.
2nd down and 7 upcoming. Imhotep now in a position where they find themselves down, and they've had themselves and found themselves in close games all year long. This is nothing new for them. But nobody's had the same type of aerial success that LaSalle has had thus far. Will Robinson runs through the would-be tackler and gets the first down.
That was nice pursuit on the back end. Unfortunately, he couldn't come down with it, but Kieran Campbell got close there to pulling him down from behind.
Yeah, just a great job of staying up and getting that extra, 7 to 8 yards there.
Now big drive here for the defense, too, obviously. Football cliche, but your offense puts points on the board. You want to go out there and protect that lead now that they gave you.
That time going nowhere again. It was Will Robinson, but this time LaSalle with the pressure in the backfield. Carter got first contact. Lined him up there in the backfield. But a really nice job by the defensive line of LaSalle as well. They forced Will Robinson, Tyler, off his route there and led into the waiting arms of Abdul Carter, where the strength of the defense was.
That's what I was saying. You got a lot of gold helmets in that backfield. Again, an impressive push from the defensive front here.
8 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Play action look. And across the middle, it nearly intercepted. Sean McFadden, he got 2 hands on it.
Abdul Carter with that hit. And then just an incredible block. I don't know if you saw that Carter hit right here, but he brought the house there.
I had my eyes on Thompson, who nearly pulled that in.
Yeah.
Got 2 hands on the ball, just couldn't come down with it.
What an athletic dive.
Chris Thompson, what a play.
Wow. Just 2 great plays by 2 great players on this Explorers defense.
Chris Thompson was the unquestioned nominated senior captain. He and Dylan Traynor, the 2-time all-leading vote getters on the defense. No surprise. 3rd down and 10. A bit of press coverage there for LaSalle. Pressure comes and not even close. It just evaporated on Davis. And look at Sean McFadden, number 6, pumping up the crowd.
I think that was Carter and Ross kind of pinching from both sides and just putting the lick on Mikhail Davis.
This Explorers defense is playing with some swagger. I love seeing Carter line up there. And again, just a bunch of gold helmets.
It is an exciting defense to watch.
Well, I will tell you, Tyler, there are folks in the Penn State fold that truly believe that his position at the next level, based on his measurables and his weight and his height, frankly, the length of his arms, that he's going to be a defensive end in college.
Wherever he plays, he's going to be a disruptive force for however many years he decides to keep it there at Penn State.
And another issue punting the football, bounces out of bounds at about the 38.
Wow. That's, like you said, special teams is leaning towards LaSalle right now, Bob. They're getting lucky on some of these punts and got a short field here.
Little jawing going on back and forth between Enai White and the sideline over here over who wants to pump up who, but on this occasion, it's another special teams mishap. Sets the Explorers up with excellent field position.
And a chance to really put the hammer down. Imhotep, for as good as they are, and they are fantastic, they've only scored 14 points in any game this year, 12 and 14. And if you could put the hammer down right now, could change the complexion of the game, and that's going to come back for a hold.
Just a athletic play by Sam Brown again, getting up the field there.
Might be a second flag. There's one on the far side as well.
I got both coming out at the same time. I think you're going to see holding here. Right on the outside, and it was Keon Wiley disrupting. So that makes it more difficult. It'll be set first down and 20 from the Imhotep 48.
Well, that changes things a little bit, but still first down. Still a lot of clock left in the second quarter here at 7 minutes and 37 seconds.
Long way to go till half, but at halftime, we have a special treat for you. The rugby game. There will be a rugby game played at halftime. We're going to welcome Ray Gomez on the air, our rugby expert and our guy helping him out. You're going to hear Ray's name a lot this year. He's going to be a big part of what we're doing at Bob Long Sports. So happy to have met him over the past week here. And that one was into the turf. And I think a late whistle by a sleepy official cost Ryan Moore a big lick there.
Yeah.
You play to the whistle, which was the right call, and the whistle came late, and pop, there it is.
Unfortunately, there was a lot of pressure there from Paterzo. He had to throw a sidearm there just to get that ball out.
Little Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't make it.
Do we know if we got the okay? Is Mr. Derrick all right with us calling this half, given our last attempt?
Okay, encouraged.
Encouraged? All right.
Yep, well, I got an email, and you know what? He said that Ray was going to be our guy, so.
Probably because he listened to us last time and was like, you need someone in that booth with you.
Well, Tyler knows what he's talking about. He's
Some
a rugby.
extent.
Steps up well in the pocket, but can't get away from Jasir Whittington. The super sophomore with big-time offers. He is a disruptive force at the defensive tackle position.
Definitely feeling some more pressure here from that Imhotep front.
Well, and you're right, Tyler. It's those edge rushers, right?
Yeah.
Getting to the outside, collapsing that pocket, both Wiley and White, nudging Paterzo right into the waiting arms of Whittington.
And again, a nice set here for Imhotep's defense. Let's see what LaSalle can do on a third and incredibly long.
And it's a screen. Flag should bring this one back. E.J. Wentz brings it down to the 41. Interesting decision here from Imhotep.
Yeah.
In a game of field position, do you take 10 yards from what will probably be a foul even behind the line of scrimmage? So it could be 12 or 13 yards taking them back.
I say you're going for that third down because you're probably getting the same look out of the Explorers, either a dump, little screen pass, try to pick up something again, but you want as much field position as you can get if you're Imhotep. And
yeah, in fact, Rob, it's 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
You see where the flag lays, so you absolutely have to take this if you're Devin Johnson. It'll be third down.
And about 40?
A country mile, that's for sure. From the 34-yard line, and they need to get to the Imhotep 28. 6 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the first half. Dom Martin checks into the game. Sam Brown takes a seat. And Paterzo, he'll get the call from the sideline.
Third and very long. Looking at, what, 30 here?
How deep you got to go into the playbook for something to pull this one off?
I think right here you're trying to grab a couple yards but have the ability to punt this away safely. Oh, that's a dangerous ball, and it is intercepted. Maurice Beverly coming from the linebacker position.
That's the second interception like that. Great. You know, those defensive backs practice that drill all day, popping that ball up in the air so their teammate can grab it.
Yeah, and I think if you had asked Joe Wade or any of the offensive coaches on the sideline, there was an open man there. It was Noel Henry, number 10. It was only 5 yards down the field, but maybe you take that 5 yards, churn forward for 2, and punt that ball away, all else equal.
Yeah, not the most advised throw. You know, you're throwing the ball downfield,
and again, if you catch that ball, you're still 20 yards short of the line to gain. Ended up being triple coverage. Imhotep there for the tipped ball, brought it down. So the special teams advantage has clearly been in Imhotep's dismay and LaSalle's favor. Turnovers, it's been all Imhotep. They've turned over the Explorers twice. Chris Thompson stands up Trey McLeod.
Yeah,
saw him coming.
Just bear hugged him.
Leaning right into him, and Thompson just, you said it, threw the bear hug around him and didn't let him go anywhere.
Where are you going?
You know, a lot of Penn State fans listen and watch our games here. It does have undertones of what we saw in Camp Randall Stadium last week, where Wisconsin was controlling things offensively early on. Certainly left points on the board. Turnovers hurt them. A good block that time. And a great pursuit. Daryl Dengo, as well as Chris Thompson in there on the stop. 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah, Dengo ate your running back? Is that little Seinfeld? Can we go with that? Is that allowed? Didn't let him get anywhere.
3rd down and 9 coming up. They need the LaSalle 43-yard line for a 1st down.
You know, good showing so far from that LaSalle defense. Just, you know, they've been all over it, not letting too many large gains come out. I think there was one.
Mikhail Davis, the left-handed quarterback, takes the shotgun snap. They take a shot over the top. They have a man.
Oh.
And there come the flags. It's late, but I think that's got to be called, Rob.
It was hand fighting. I mean, they were hand fighting. He was looking at it the whole way.
R.J. Atkinson, I just think, had the defender beat there. A little tough to see, but at the end, Del Jackson absolutely pulled on that arm.
Yeah, these, you know, Imhotep's definitely winning this penalty battle as of right now.
Yep.
And I'm sure you can hear LaSalle's opinion on the matter.
I think we know what section we're sitting above.
Yeah, I mean, not to beat the dead horse. It's a call you have to make.
Yeah.
Frankly, if he doesn't pull him, it's a touchdown. It was a great throw by Davis.
All things considered, then this is a good outcome for the Explorers.
In a binary sense. 1st down and 10 for Imhotep. The give is up the middle. A big gain. Number 13, Jabri Wallace Coleman. Flag comes in late.
Hold.
Flag's thrown about 9 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yep. So you'll get what, a 1st and 11-ish?
Yep.
12-ish?
It's about right, depending upon if that flag is exactly where it was. Yeah, so they'll put it looks like it's going to be about 13 yards. 1st and 13. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go, 1st half. Clock is ticking.
Big time for the defense to respond here. I mean, you had an opportunity to get Imhotep off the field. Now here you are. You know, they're driving. time to step up and respond.
R.J. Atkinson all alone out there. There is safety help, but and a timeout called. Devin Johnson and his team want to talk things over.
Did not like what he saw. Came off the sideline a little hot.
And at the timeout, this portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance in North Wales, providing business and personal property and casualty coverage. Chris Marr, big time within the Alumni Association. Rob knows him well.
Past president.
Absolutely.
Chris Marr.
Past president, had 2 sons go through LaSalle in recent years also. A big part of what put today together. And he also runs his business just the way today has been run, which is like a well-oiled machine. And if you're looking for great coverage, great rates, and really, most importantly, the best service you could possibly ask for, go give them a look. eandminsurance.com. That's EAND insurance.com. Or visit their Facebook page. And the LaSalle folks and high school football fans in general, you want to keep things in the family. Go to a guy you can trust. Chris Marr at E&M Insurance. I formation look. Beverly leads the way as the fullback, and a nice run. Again, it's Jabri Wallace-Coleman. And we expected to see this, guys, a 3-headed monster running back, Will Robinson, as well as McLeod. And now it's Wallace-Coleman's turn.
Right back up to the line here.
It's him again, and it's a first down. Got a yard past the line to gain of 4. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go, and it is in some ways surprising that they're 25 yards away from tying this football game.
You're right. It feels like it's leaned on the Explorer side quite a bit, but there's been some costly penalties, and it's just kind of added up.
2 turnovers.
Yeah, that's the more
and guys,
factor.
Not to take attention away from the field, but if you look to our right, the rugby teams have made their way into the stadium.
It's happening. Trey McLeod busts it up the middle, breaks one tackle, still going inside the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 21 and a first down for Imhotep.
Just a great run by McLeod there. He
actually was confusion too. Mikael Davis turned the wrong way.
McLeod with the high step there, breaking the tackle.
And quickly up to the line. Hurry up.
Clear what they want to do.
McLeod
into the
end zone. Touchdown, Imhotep.
And the end of that drive was just down the throat of the LaSalle defense. I mean, just handing the ball off up the middle and letting McLeod go to work and able to tie this game up. I mean, Explorers now got to look to respond. You got 2-minute offense, and you get the ball at the half. So, I mean, a big opportunity here. You just let them put points on the board.
Interesting play call there. Giovanni Graham, the left guard, was actually pulling on that play, and you see on the replay, or you just saw on the replay, McLeod actually got to the hole before Graham got there, so it was Graham following Trey McLeod into the end zone. McLeod's got some hops. He no, he didn't get there quickly enough to do that, but here it is. So Imhotep will be going for 2 throughout the day. Busting it up the gut, stretching across, and it is converted successfully. 8-7 Imhotep.
That hurry-up offense, I think, really hurt the Explorers there. They couldn't really adjust to this up-the-middle run, and hopefully they'll have an answer for it in the second half.
Absolutely.
Still a minute 57 to play in this half as well, and we'll see how aggressive LaSalle will be. Also, the first thing we'll get to see here today is Imhotep kickoff. We saw the special teams issue they had specifically in the punt game. Let's see, I think it will be Davis or Keon Wiley. We've seen Keon Wiley kick off at times as well this year for Imhotep. And what type of starting field position will LaSalle get? I think that changes a lot in terms of play call down the stretch here in the 2-minute drill.
And there's been struggles. Obviously, we've seen the punts come off the side, but I don't know, if you want to give any sort of credit to their special teams unit, it's in those situations where they've been rushed. It's not been a clean snap that the punt has come off at a bad angle or not good off the foot. So maybe, here off of a tee, punt or the kick will look a little better. But I guess, anything can happen.
You put your mind to it, Rob, yes. I can't get over. We're back in the booth. It's been a while.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been excellent, especially with that game day live, Bob.
Game day live.
We did it live.
That's a good one there, Tyler.
I don't have all the references you do, Bob, but
No, that's a good one. Just can't finish it on the air. We'll do it live. Stevie Davis, he's taken one back this year as he bounces it to the outside. A nice block that time by Amir Anderson.
Yep.
And there you go. There's your field position.
we saw the chirping. We knew that things were getting a little heated there. I mean, big hit there, but you can't keep hitting him while he's out of bounds.
You push him out. You can't push him further out of bounds. That doesn't do you any good.
First big penalty that affects Imhotep, right?
Yep.
They had like a 3-yard penalty earlier, and here we are. That's a big play for the Explorers.
It's an unbelievably big penalty.
Now, does high school treat unsportsmanlike like college and NFL, where you get 2 and you're chucked? Do you know?
Not sure. I don't know that he'd get chucked in that situation now.
Hopefully we don't have to find out.
Yep.
Leave it at that.
But it's going to be great field position for LaSalle. They're going to have it at their own 46-yard line.
I think you got to be aggressive now.
Absolutely.
Riverboat Tyler over here?
Yeah, Riverboat Rob has made his triumphant return to the booth. Put on a LaSalle Explorer head today with all the grace you could possibly expect it to be done with.
That was something.
There's an issue there. There's 3 guys on the. They do hand it up off the up the middle, but there were 3 receivers and only 2 defensive backs on the far side.
It's kind of a missed opportunity. I'm not sure how flexible this LaSalle offense is with
audibles and such. Yes. 1:25 to go. So that was a conservative call on first down. Let's see if they open up the playbook at all. And E.J. Wentz avoids one, not going to avoid the second. Maurice Beverly there to take care of business. And let's see if they call a timeout. Imhotep does burn a timeout with 59 seconds to play.
LaSalle Explorers Luke Schischler had his eyes in the backfield instead of blocking upfield. He was watching his running back, and unfortunately his guy made the play.
We've got push-ups happening.
Enai
missing his tackle.
Rob, I think we have some competition out there.
You want to go take him on? You took me down already today. Do you want to go try Enai White?
It's enough push-ups for the year, Rob.
I think he only did about 7 there. I don't know.
He's also playing 60 minutes of football. We have a nice, comfortable position up here in the booth.
Very comfortable.
Surprised we're not pushing it down the field at all? 2 handoffs, moving sideways.
Maybe with these turnovers, they're just they don't want to get him back, and they want to be able to punt the ball and pin him back.
I will say, first opportunity to get eyes on, Paterzo, kind of seems like, could be wrong. We'll have to see what he does in the second half, but one read kind of guy. He locks in on his man. So, trying to protect your quarterback a little bit.
Tough thing is when you're playing against a team like this, you just don't have a ton of time.
That too.
One read or get crushed.
Paterzo. And that one a bit low, intended for Sam Brown. And I think Brown might have heard Maurice Beverly coming along. So, LaSalle's going to have to punt. Imhotep saves the timeout. And it's on to Santiago Sterla.
Did the clock run? Is there only 57 seconds left when that play started?
I think it was 59 and change.
All right.
Yeah, quick play for sure.
Got Rob auditing the clock here.
Yep.
And things have really changed here.
Rob wears many hats.
Sterla launches one, and that's going to back up. The returner makes a play and makes one miss. This could be trouble. A lot of room down the middle, and a block will bring it back.
That is a costly block in the back for Imhotep.
And not necessary either.
No.
Colin Dunlap got hit there, and it's going to be right here.
It was clear as day, right in front of the referee.
That's that crackback.
If that wasn't called, I think.
Lamar Muldrow. So this is going to back Imhotep up to the 15-yard line, and I think the hearts of LaSalle fans kind of went up to the back of their throat as they saw that develop, but about as good as you could ask for if you're LaSalle, starting off, sending your defense out there with the Imhotep offense from the 15 with 42 seconds left.
And we haven't seen so many shots downfield yet. We saw the one that was the pass interference. So we'll see if Imhotep decides to spread it out a little bit here.
That is a shame for Imhotep, too. That was a great return with that punt. Salle put it up there, and great grab and go.
Del Jackson given a little bit of space, but Atkinson is out here on the outside. Instead, it is a give up the middle, and it's a lot of room. It'll be a first down. Clock will stop, and Imhotep should move quickly to get up to the line. 36 seconds left in the half.
I think the Explorers defense knows where they're going. They keep pounding it right down the throat. I don't know.
The unfortunate thing, too, with that punt is that it took a lot of time off the clock for Imhotep.
Will Robinson bounces to the outside. Abdul Carter bring him down. That's short of the line. The clock will keep running. Devin Johnson does call the timeout.
Nice pursuit by Carter.
Yeah, he's really shown well in this game.
Yeah.
20 seconds to go. I can tell Ray's excited for this rugby match.
That's right. Stay with us at halftime as we bring you
stretching
a
it out.
rugby special.
Now, is this Prep LaSalle, or what's the? Is it who are they playing against here at halftime? Do we know? Did they bring a? Because I mean, we see Prep colors over there, red and black. Although I know it's not. Maybe they have like the crimson-ish. All right. Does Prep have a specific term for their red?
What do you have there, Seamus? I see you zoomed in on them.
What do we got?
Who could say?
Who could say? Ray, do you have the inside scoop on who LaSalle's playing?
It does say Burks. All the names say Burks. Anyway, let's get back to the action here.
So no timeouts for Imhotep. Oh.
And Davis makes one miss. Davis with a lot of room, and again that clock will stop. 12 seconds left.
Get up and spike it if you're Imhotep. Yep, calling for it now.
Great tackle by Campbell there, number 91.
All sides here. Get back on sides.
Oh.
And we do have a flag.
That was a jump.
That might have been a jump. And that's an issue there.
I would always hate to be the referee to call that. So much happening right there.
Right.
At least from up here, it's tough to see who made the movement.
It also took a long time for those chains to get reset. Here's your
picking
call.
it up, or no flag?
Picking up the flag. Okay, then it should be second down, and no time ran off that clock.
That's pretty critical.
And now the clock is running, and I don't know that Imhotep realizes it, nor do I know if it's correct or not. Down to 5, down to 4. Will they even get the snap off? They do with 1.
And a flag comes out, far side.
And that, as it stands right now, is the end of the first half. 0-0 is on the clock.
And it's an
offensive. We'll see what the flag is.
I think they're signaling holding on the offense.
And Devin Johnson's in the face of the official, and that is a fair point that he has. He says, why did that clock run? We spiked the football. LaSalle's going to get to the locker room because they're happy with the result.
The defense is on the field, but the sideline's running off.
Smart play by the
And now the
Explorers.
officials are going to talk about this. And listen, Imhotep's absolutely right. It should have been second down and 10. They should have taken a half second or maybe 1 second off the clock from 12.6. Should have been 11.6 seconds left. And second down and 10 with the clock stopped.
Confusion amongst the masses, Bob.
Honestly, I just think it's with 4 guys. 5 guys now.
Hey, good burgers.
Nice. No free ads. So we all wait to hear. It's a full conference. All 7 officials are in there. Again, what happened was first down, 12.6 seconds left. The clock stopped momentarily as they moved the chains. They got up to the line, snapped it, clocked it. It was actually before the lines had even gotten reset, so no time came off the clock, but it should have. So what ended up happening was they threw a flag, picked it up, waved it back into play. The clock ran. Imhotep, rightly so, didn't expect that clock to be running, so they snapped it with 1 second left. Again, just going at their normal pace. Unwittingly got it off right before the horn.
And to their credit, LaSalle coach is patiently waiting on the sideline here for their turn to get an explanation as to what's going on.
So the other thing that gets really interesting here is they snapped it with 1. It was a broken play. Davis made somebody miss in the backfield, the quarterback for Imhotep, and then went down. That play probably took 6 to 7 seconds. But how could you possibly know when you snapped it with 1, it went to 0, and you really have no concept to go back and say, how long did that play take? That is the confusion here. And what should probably happen is it should be 5 or 6 seconds left, because they should have run the play with like 11.6.
Now Stein getting the explanation.
This is just the kind of insight you get when you tune into Bob Long Sports.
And it's an illegal formation penalty. And it should now be
2nd and 15.
2nd and about 15.
From about the 48, Imhotep's 48.
And the next question is how much
47.
time is on the clock?
12 minutes as of now.
Unless this is an untimed play. Unless they're going to let it run as an untimed play. What are they doing? They don't have the clock set.
Nobody has any idea how much time's left on the clock.
And
Davis is taken down. Why don't we go to half, huh? Anybody else ready to go to half?
That was something.
Teams are walking off the field, but it's gingerly. Nobody knows where to go. The officials, not exactly enthusiastic in their call. And Chris Carabello, the public address announcer, takes charge and says it's halftime.
Way to go, Chris.
When Chris Carabello, the public address announcer, says it's halftime, it's halftime.
We had some questions from the stands wondering if it was halftime, but the announcement has been made. So there we go. It is officially halftime here on Homecoming. And guys,
it's time.
It's time. The rugby teams are taking the field.
Ray Gomez, welcome to the air. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me on here. It's a pleasure to be here, honestly.
It's a pleasure to have you. We're happy to have you on the team.
And we're going to let Ray hold a mic, so Tyler and I have to split because we know it's probably best that both of us don't get to talk at the same time during the next few minutes of this broadcast.
Oh, come on. You guys weren't that bad. I saw the last video. Could have been worse.
So Ray, what position do you play in rugby? And maybe explain to our fans here.
So for the people who are watching, I played rugby sevens my freshman year and my sophomore year, and the positions I played were hooker and prop, which are the biggest people on the field.
So what is this a kickoff? Like, am I right to call this a kickoff?
That is correct.
Okay.
I would call this a kickoff. And so what's going to happen is that they're going to kick the ball over to whatever the other team is. We still haven't figured that one out. But he's going to drop kick it, as you can see here. And then, LaSalle's ball. LaSalle running. And he's down. Now they got a ruck. Ruck is where, if that other team gets over the ball, they can get possession. It is unlike football where you can where it is your possession for the whole game. It is really up in the air.
And we're back to the physicality of rugby.
That's a big
so brutal. I mean, at least the guys that are in the locker room right now do it with pads. Like, what does this feel like on your body?
It is very draining. I can say that my sophomore year was spent basically on IR for the team. It is a harsh sport, but it is a very fun sport, and the camaraderie with the team is just amazing. Coach Derek was my coach my freshman year, and I can speak nothing but praise for him and the way he coaches and for just the team in general. So, I mean, as you can see, LaSalle's defense is not doing well here in the rugby, and they're being out-rucked and outplayed.
but still 30 yards to go, Ray, right?
That is true. That
Now-
is very true.
Now, is it the same size as a football field, or are there different lines and things you have to consider?
So it's actually larger. So I think if I can remember correctly, I think it's 100 meters. So if you look at the field, and you look at if you look at the yellow and blue lines, that is actually the out of bounds for the rugby.
So closer to soccer field size.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So a lot of room, only a total of 14 players on the field. It is very taxing, to say the least. And as you can see, rugby, LaSalle Rugby, they are in their own territory. In rugby, a huge part of it is
Loose ball, get on the floor.
And a player is down and injured.
Oh, that hit the referee.
Now,
Penalty, LaSalle. I think it's penalty on. It's a penalty for LaSalle, so LaSalle's ball.
Okay.
We have an explorer coming off there.
Yeah.
Quick sub after an injury. There's been a few losses of possessions.
Looks like it's Matt Kelly.
Yeah, I was going to say, looks like Matt Kelly, a wrestler over here. So, and that brings up the point. I see a lot of guys trying to, taking down. It's more than just tackling here. It kind of feels like wrestling on the field in a sense. So I'm sure it's more than just the standard football discipline, with what's going on here.
Yeah, it's kind of different actually. In football, they kind of teach you to put your head in front of the body, like going across, but in rugby, it's behind, and you kind of, it's more of a wrap up. Oh, here we have a breakaway.
Oh, man.
Did he just throw up the peace sign?
What a great run by LaSalle. Great try. Now they will try and kick it for 2 points. In rugby, it is 5 points for an end zone for a try, and then is 2 points for the kick.
So does it matter where you run it into the end zone?
Yes, actually. So if they do kicks, I don't know if they're going to do it in this game, but if they do a kick, it's actually where you run it in is where you're going to kick it. So say you run it in towards the sideline,
right.
You're going to have to try and kick it from the sideline.
Through the field goal? Is it still you still try to kick it through the standard field goal?
Exactly, but you're more towards that sideline, so it's not straight on.
Harder angle.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And back to what you said about the wrestling. Yes, it is. You cannot go for high tackles, which means above the armpits or shoulder.
Okay.
So it is all about wrapping up, putting that player down, and
trying to go for their legs, that sort of thing.
Oh, exactly. It is all about that.
Or the chest.
or the chest, yes. As you can see, there's a penalty on LaSalle. Now, every time there's a penalty, they have to go back. I believe it is 10 to 5 meters, depending on the penalty. He gets run over because he stands still.
Are broken collarbones common in rugby?
Oh,
definitely. I'm sure in football, you see some pretty standard injuries and things like that you come to expect. Are there certain injuries that you expect more of in rugby?
Oh, definitely. Collarbone, as you said, I remember my freshman year, one of the seniors, he broke his collarbone, I believe, twice in the season. It was brutal, both hits he took.
The same collarbone?
Yes.
I was about to say there's 2 of them, but wow.
Same one. I think he suffered it one season. He came back. He was ready to go first game. And
now what are these tosses? We see them in rugby.
So those
what are they? Why do they happen?
Those are called lineouts. So that means if you go out of bounds, if you go out of bounds, you will have to do a lineout, or I believe some penalties they could choose. Oh, LaSalle on the breakaway. Great run. Here he goes for the try, and now as you can see, he has to place the ball down when he goes for the try. You can't just walk it in.
Right, so that's the point of the score, right? Like we saw the first breakaway, he slid in. You have to touch the ball to the ground in the end zone?
Yes, you do, and you cannot lose control. So say I touch the ball, but it comes out of my hands, the other team can go for it.
So there's
the
whole
try.
Des Bryant aspect to this where when he catches the ball and it hits the ground and comes out, you lost control.
Oh, yeah,
so
definitely.
That's the thing.
That is very annoying, to say the least, for being a rugby player. But I mean, LaSalle's doing very well. I'm very happy with how they're performing right now. Very good. Their defense was a little shaky the first drive, but it seems like they're doing very well in holding them and getting possession and going for breakaways and scoring.
Yeah, and the thing with rugby is it's more a game of field position, whereas in football it's a game of possession. Like it's not that big of a deal if there's a turnover, right, Ray?
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%. It is all about your field position and how far you are from the try zone. If you're further back, it's a lot harder to get there than it is.
So
when you're right there.
These kickoffs too, it looks like they're almost onside kick-esque because it's going very high and not very far. So it's not like you want to. And this may be, I don't know if it's the same in professional or whatnot, but you actually don't want to kick it as far down the field, it looks like, because you want your guys to be able to have a shot at getting it off the kickoff.
And guys, before you do that, I am just going to remind everybody that's watching this game that this is indeed halftime of LaSalle versus Imhotep football, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with that. This is rugby, and we have our buddy Ray Gomez, class of 2022 at LaSalle, walking us through some of the specifics. Go ahead, Ray.
Appreciate you taking control there, Bob.
I appreciate it, too.
You are on the right Bob Long Sports channel, we promise.
Yes, we do promise. I'm not just some random dude who took a mic and showed up. It is.
Well.
Oh!
So that guy just stiff-armed the same person like 5 times. That was incredible.
That's
a remarkable feat of strength there.
Good at rugby.
Oh, my God. Brutal hit, to say the least.
Our buddy Seamus Morgan off camera just said that was the Marshawn Lynch beast mode.
Beastquake. I've been on the opposite end of that. It is hard to beat a good stiff arm there. It's brutal, especially when it's to the face.
Yeah.
Now, I see guys just what our position? Because they're like just lined up on the field. Is it what is a position in rugby? Like you mentioned, a couple you played, but like what does it? Are there a lot of differences between what you do in one position versus another?
So what I'll say is that in this game there's the big guys, and then there's the backs. So it's the backs and it's the big guys, which I'm blanking on the name on right now. But between the two,
the forwards.
as you can see, forwards. Thank you. And as you can see, forwards are more of the bigger guys. They're there to do scrums. They're there to do rucking. Great score! Oh my God, what a flip!
Little archery taunting over here.
Is that a taunting question mark?
Yeah. So the flip and the archery, we didn't see anything like that in this football game.
No.
Yeah, you think there'd be some of that in high school football.
We did see Eni White push-ups on the field.
We did see the push-ups. We saw plenty of those today.
We saw plenty of those today, even before Eni White. I must say, his form better than yours, both of you guys. So.
Well, thanks, Bob. Thanks for the vote of confidence. But
always.
But Ray, so in sevens, the positions don't matter nearly as much as 15s, right? Where your number typically correlates to your position on the field.
Well, actually in sevens it still does correlate, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's not as big of a deal because I would say in sevens, if you're a big dude, chances are that you're still very slim, athletic. It's a very just stamina-based sport because I think it's quarters of 7, and your halftime's 1 minute. So it is very, very just endurance. And just being able to make it through those 14 minutes of game. And, yeah, there's nothing but respect for all these guys out there and what they're doing. Obviously, penalty for against LaSalle coming in for defense. Oh, ball's loose. Great dive for the ball, and they lost. Okay.
So, you are right with the positioning. Like, it matters for those lineouts like we saw and the legendary scrum, which we haven't gotten to see yet.
Oh, yeah, scrums. If you think scrums in this are interesting, which is where players lock in and they push each other to try and gain possession of the ball, which it looks like.
Is that what we're going to get right now? You ask for it and you shall receive, Tyler Kern.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is a scrum coming up, and if you think these are crazy, you should see 15s where it's, I believe, 8 people all in a scrum, and I can tell you, being in the middle of that, it is one interesting experience to say the least.
If things go downhill in there, you're typically in trouble.
Oh, definitely, especially at the positions I play, where those three, the two on the sides are props. The one in the middle is the hooker, and in 15s, if that playa falls, you guys are the first one down, essentially. So. And
the guy that fed the ball in is the fly half?
I don't know back positions as well, but I would say probably.
Yeah. So he basically feeds it in. It's the hooker's job to hook the ball back with his foot to his teammates.
Yes, that is exactly what the goal of a scrum is, and it's to gain possession and kind of catch the other team off guard because they're focused on that. They're focused. Most of their best tacklers, which are usually the props and hookers, are in that scrum. So your goal is to get out of there as fast as possible with the ball, pass to the outside, and beat the team on the outside. Oh, great tackle by LaSalle. Oh.
So, this always confused me. Like when you're tackled, I didn't think you could just stand right back up. I thought there had to be some sort of transfer of the ball or something. But
Now he just kicked that ball?
Yes, that is correct. You can kick the ball in rugby. Usually on this level it's not advised, but you can kick it forward.
like we were saying, it's a game of field position, not possession, so it's not as big of a deal to give up the possession. And if you got the burner, sometimes that can give you a free try.
Exactly, Tyler. That is exactly how it works. And as you can see, the other team is in great field position.
Yeah, I think they just punched it in.
So
for what it's worth, there's 1:48 on the clock, and we are at halftime of LaSalle versus Imhotep football. This is a rugby match that is, or quite possibly was, taking place. Yes, Ray Gomez. Thank you for talking us through that, my friend. I know I learned something. Great job, Ray.
Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
That was a ton of fun.
All right, well. We have a few minutes until we get back for the second half. We'll take a break and come right back.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dumpyford.com.
Come experience the Dumpy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because it.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
The coaches at
We welcome you back inside Springfield High School. Second half is underway here. Bob Long Sports as Imhotep takes on LaSalle College High School. Guys, it was really in some ways a tale of 2 quarters as LaSalle dominated early on. Looked great on offense, 2 turnovers an issue, and Imhotep caught fire late, 1 long drive. Made the touchdown, converted the 2-point conversion. It's an 8-7 lead for Imhotep.
It's kind of what we expected with this low-scoring game here. You know, solid defense, a lot of, not a lot, but like enough offensive mistakes.
It's Keon Wiley to kick it, and corralled there at the 17. Sean McFadden bounces outside, runs through Rashawn Wright, but does the job to take him down. Rashawn Wright. And LaSalle will start at their own 25-yard line to begin the 3rd quarter.
And you don't want to see it, but a little chippy there at the end of the first half, between these 2 teams. So we'll see what kind of adjustments were made, speeches were delivered, and how these teams come out here in the second half. So a hard-fought game. I mean, we're expecting it to come down to the wire, and LaSalle gets the opportunity here right out of the gate to, respond, if you will, and say that first half is behind them, or at least that second quarter is behind them.
A capacity crowd and then some here at Springfield High School. It's homecoming weekend here for LaSalle. We got it started with Game Day Live from the track here inside the stadium at 11:30 a.m. Wow. So that's Ryan Moore in the Wildcat, and he just gave a tell there. Penalty flag goes against LaSalle. That doesn't help, but Ryan Moore has not thrown the football all year long, and he took that snap and looked to throw it to the outside. They had numbers out there. The penalty, a huge mistake there for LaSalle, and again, an early tell. Now Imhotep can look to Ryan Moore and think this guy has an ability to throw the ball.
No, we've seen Paterzo on the field with Moore under center, or at least in the shotgun the last couple of times, so we'll see here what the call is.
Bounce into the outside, and they're all over him. Muldrow in there with Eni White to make the stop. Second down and long. That's a loss of 2.
This Imhotep defense is definitely all it's cracked up to be, especially that front 7. Solid push there, and kind of forced the run to the outside, and nothing there.
Here comes Paterzo back into the huddle.
Four wide, one safety high. Sam Brown comes in motion. They'll throw the screen for more. Nice blocking by LaSalle out to the 26-yard line. That'll get him back just a yard or two past, maybe 1 yard past the original line. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Nice job there. Zahir Mathis for Imhotep just doing a nice job. He had a blocker on him, but able to get a hold of more.
And Paterzo never saw Eni White. Ball is loose. Let's see who's on it. Still no signal yet.
Imhotep's pointing to their end zone, or the LaSalle's end zone, as they would.
It's 4th down.
It's kind of hard not to.
This D-line, you got to have unfortunately, your head on a swivel, and Paterzo just did not look to his right to see White coming.
Well, and Rob, again, it's a tough day with Eni White coming there, but that one is on the quarterback. That was not a blind side rush. That was to his vision side of it. Ooh, that's a good kick through pressure for Santiago Sterla.
Takes a nice bounce, too.
Boy, it did. You know what? I thought it hit a LaSalle foot, and that's what caused it. And I think Imhotep making the argument that ball should be all the way up at the 46-yard line. And I think they have an argument there. See them? They're pointing right there. Yeah, and I think that's the LaSalle fans do not like it. Well, I can tell you one thing. That is not the right spot.
That's
it's
not where it
either
bounced.
10 yards up or 10 yards back.
They're like, we'll split the difference.
Make everyone happy, but in reality, nobody happy.
It's the job of the zebras, right?
So it's 8-7 Imhotep, and the momentum has clearly shifted here on homecoming weekend. LaSalle with the initial push. Imhotep hung in there, got a late scoring drive in the first half, but that time LaSalle up to task. Will Robinson a gain of just 1 in between the tackles.
Will Robinson hit like 2 yards in the backfield and just kept churning his feet. But
he's a good back, a senior, guy that doesn't have a ton of offers right now, but a guy that can and should play college football. You're going to see that with a lot of seniors on these teams. There's so much talent, but unless you're Sam Brown or Abdul Carter or Eni White or any of these guys, essentially with a lost year last year, you just don't have a ton of film. As Will Robinson runs for another gain of 2. LaSalle there, the linebacking core, corrals them as a unit. And you also have players utilizing a 5th or sometimes even 6th year of eligibility at the college level. So there's just not as many scholarships to go around. And for Imhotep in particular, they played in the spring last year. So it's just a tough situation for guys like Will Robinson. Hey, they're college-level players, and they'll get there eventually. It's just a tougher road of recruiting than really any senior class has had before it. And you wish all these guys the best, that they find good landing spots at the next level. 3rd down and 6, a big early 3rd down play. Clock ticks under 8 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And the give is up the middle. Get near the line and over it. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Needed 6 and got 6.5.
if I'm Imhotep, I just keep running the ball right up the middle. There's no, LaSalle has not made a response to that yet. It's just the same play, slight variations of it, but that A and B gap.
And look at these guards too, Tyler. I mean, that time Giovanni Graham did get to the hole before the running back on that pull, and they're doing it every play. There he goes again.
Need LaSalle Explorers linebackers to fill those gaps there. I think that's kind of where we're lacking right now.
Yeah, and you see Carter moving all over the field right now. I mean, that a couple plays ago lined up on the edge as a linebacker.
He's all
over.
over.
That time in the middle. We need some more support, him and Thompson.
2nd down and 5. 7:50 to go, 3rd quarter. And missed the first one. That time, It's a big-time play. Number 50 for LaSalle, Kevin Hawley, the senior linebacker.
Nice shoelace tackle there. Came up, pumped a fist, knew he made a big play.
Yeah, that's a huge tackle for loss there for the Explorers.
And again, probably 4-down territory here for Imhotep. They've had more than a struggle punting the football here today. And in some situations, a long 3rd-down completion, even if it doesn't get to the line, might even still set up with better field position than the punt would go.
Oh,
movement, and there it is. It'll be 3rd down and 12. And Rob, this is a situation where a team built to run the football, built to move 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, they're going to be forced to go to the air here, most likely on 3rd and long.
Yeah, and it hasn't. They haven't been able to move the ball through the air real effectively today. It's been all ground. We had the one, even their best offensive pass play today was a pass interference down the field. So, 3rd down, still you're possibly looking at 4-down territory. So it's going to be put, on Davis's shoulder here for Imhotep.
Yeah, interested the play call here from Devin Johnson, right? If you cut this in half, you feel a little differently about 4th down. And they may make the play call with 2 plays in mind. Maurice Beverly in the backfield along with Davis. Davis will throw. It's caught there. Atkinson does get the 1st down. Ball came loose. And the whistle said that he was down first. So they convert on the 3rd and 12 with a gain of 14.
Sal hasn't seen too many pass plays today, so that was a great adjustment by Imhotep.
A nice pitch and catch.
And that's the right call. He was down. So it's 1st and 10 for Imhotep. A big 3rd down conversion. Yeah. Clock is still running with 6:11 to play.
Atkinson really turned on the burners there, getting upfield.
Will Robinson, a flag comes down. And let's see what the call will be. The hold will go against Imhotep. 1st down and 20 upcoming. Guys, as they march this off, I want to tell you about our buddies over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors, Jim and Carrie. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie, Guerin, Boyle, trusted realtors in the Philadelphia area and beyond. Help my wife and I get our home, our dream home, and truly could not have done it without them. So if you're looking to do something down the shore in New Jersey, buy or sell your home, it's an interesting real estate market. You need an expert to get you there. And Jim and Carrie, so supportive of us over these years, they can support you through that process as well.
And an extended hold there, 2 yards in the backfield, so now you get a 1st and 22. For the pressure, I don't know if anyone on Imhotep was ready for that.
Tell you who was. Matt Wills, the sophomore linebacker.
He came in. Let's just watch the replay.
The ball
here.
was snapped, and half of Imhotep's offensive line didn't move.
Matt Wills timed the snap better than Imhotep did.
He capitalized. Wow.
So the ball is exactly on the 50-yard line. They need to go 27 yards for a 1st down.
Reminds me of the Explorers' possession in the 1st half.
Yep.
2nd and very, very long.
One hold, it sets you back, and when you rely on that run game and chunk not big chunk plays, it kind of throws your offense out of sync.
Daryl Dingo lost the football. Davis came back up with it. Daryl Dingo with a sack, and LaSalle's going to force a punt.
I don't know if I'm going to go back to the well on the Dingo, now 8-year quarterback, but it might be my favorite call now for those Seinfeld references. But that was just a nice job by Dingo, getting through the line, getting to Davis, and setting up a 3rd and extremely long now for Imhotep.
Yeah, Dingo just tracked him down so well. He wasn't getting out of that pocket.
Am I out-aging? Am I aging out our audience here when I go with Seinfeld references? Am I getting laughs online? I don't know.
Not for the parents watching.
3rd down and 33. They go with the I formation, safety help over the top on both sides. And they're handing it off the middle. Will Robinson. And that changes things. It is 3rd down, and make that 4th down now.
17.
And about 15 yards. They are sending the punt unit on.
This Imhotep three-headed monster, as you called it, is what it's cracked up to be. They're leaning pretty hard on it this game.
If there's a time and you got something in the playbook for a fake punt,
now would be it.
This might be the time, and quite frankly, the personnel. They've struggled to get a clean punt off, and that's happened in each of their first 2 games.
High snap.
What a catch that was. And this is going to be really good. Boy, I tell you, they've had some not so good punts, but he's coughing 2 in there, and that was brilliant from the sophomore, Mikhail Davis.
We just got a text from your mom saying, keep up the Seinfeld references. I want to say that.
Okay.
Like I said, the parents
with the thumbs up emoji, Bob.
That's great.
Thank you, Mrs. Long.
2 minutes, 51 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Getting a little windy here at Spartan Stadium.
Big possession here, I think, for LaSalle. There's only so many of these possessions left when these teams run the ball as much as they do. That's a gain of about 2, maybe 3. We'll call it 2nd down and 7.
Sam Brown so far having a bit of a quiet second half compared to at least the first half.
Rob, I think it's time for your favorite game.
We're going to take a look.
Where are you at? Let us know where you're watching the game from. Follow us on Twitter. Let us know. And also give us a shout on YouTube. Ball is lost. Paterzo comes up with it, and he's going to get positive yardage. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That was nearly disastrous as there was a fumbled exchange at the line.
Nothing on Twitter, Bob. We're going to YouTube.
Yeah, that's why we're letting people know we need to do it. They'll be coming in fast and furious. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout on the air. See good viewership numbers today, so we appreciate everybody tuning in. It's a jet sweep for Sam Brown. Brown cuts it upfield, and he's pulled down. It's going to be 4th down and 5 upcoming. Nice defensive play by Imhotep.
Great cut up the field by Brown. Just got another one of those shoelace tackles there.
And Ramir Stewart, number 8, came up with the stop. This is a big punt here for Sterla as well. And again, everything kind of heightened here as it gets late early at Springfield High School. 1:12 to play in the 3rd quarter. Sterla booms that one. And makes one miss. Nice job by Miller. Brendan Miller takes him down at the 44. Good starting field position for Imhotep.
Shout out to Andrew Bowman watching from the LaSalle parking lot. Come across the street, Andrew. Get over here and start making your way down to Spartan Stadium.
That's right. I know we got a big crew at the tailgate watching. They watch Game Day Live and now watching this game. Apparently on sound. Because I don't.
In the same zip code, too.
That's right. They might have heard us not even on our telecast, but from those big booming speakers we had during Game Day Live today.
Absolutely.
59 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. It's been a good one here from Springfield High School. The difference is a converted 2-point conversion for Imhotep. Will Robinson runs into a wall, nowhere to go. That'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
A lot of Philly people watching today. Jason Bermudez in Northeast Philly. Miriam Johnson in Uptown.
33 seconds ticking here, and Imhotep in no rush. They'll have to run one more snap from scrimmage before the end of the quarter.
Sorry, Bob. Isaiah Kennedy in Philadelphia.
Yes, welcome to the Imhotep fans out there. Welcome to our Bob Long Sports broadcast. We called your game against LaSalle 3 years ago. That was a pleasure over at the Germantown Super Site, and hope you guys are enjoying our broadcast here today. We're very impressed by your football team. Will Robinson, a run up the middle for 4 yards.
Got our longest distance, Rogelio Torres. Sorry if I butchered that, but streaming from the deep south of Texas.
That's pretty far.
Welcome. Thanks for being here. And again, just give us a shout either on the YouTube channel or on Twitter. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll throw your name and give you a shout here on the air. But of course, a lot of people might not be audio learners, but visual learners, and for that, there's no place I'd rather send you than Treasure Sign. Treasure Sign is a great place. If you have any type of digital signs, wood carved signs, anything you need for your business or your personal use, go to the Convies. Jim and Chris, they do a great job at Treasure Sign. They've been supporting us at Bob Long Sports for a few years here as well. And their portfolio, just head up the street about a half mile from here to LaSalle High School. They've done everything there on campus, and it is as good as it gets. Local sign company, please support them. We appreciate all they do to support us. It's Treasure Sign.
Neil French, thanks for joining us from Langhorne, and Dee from Uptown. Anner from Uptown. And the Longs from their condo in Ocean City, Maryland.
There you go. Love it. Love it. Tell you, all these folks watching the game, it's a beautiful day. You know, where are you going to go after the game? Maybe sit outside. I think a great spot to be would be the Station Tap House in Doylestown. Again, run by the Wade family, just like the Jamison Poorhouse, sponsors of ours, and appreciate all they do for us. It's such a good place to go. I'm sure you guys have been there at the Doylestown train station. Great place for parties, great place to watch the big game, and to get yourself a good meal. So Station Tap House, proud sponsor of Bob Long Sports. As we head to the fourth quarter, guys, it has been a good one. Imhotep winning the battle for field position here in the second half. Abdul Carter, a huge tackle on third down.
Abdul Carter playing like he has something to prove today. Just, you know, it seemed like pretty slow developing sweep to the outside, and all you see is Carter just turn upfield, 100 miles per hour.
Interesting decision here for Imhotep. And they do send Davis out there to punt. So embracing the game of field position, trusting that defense with a 1-point lead.
Got a check-in from Atlanta watching their nephew, Mayo, from Imhotep, coming in from Atlanta.
It's a good catch there by Davis and a really nice punt end over end. Moore makes the catch and turns upfield with it, pulled down from behind. Rashawn Wright, the big-time cornerback, the senior for Imhotep. An excellent job to run down the speedy LaSalle Explorer, Ryan Moore.
Like a heat-seeking missile here. Thought Moore had the escape to the left, but tracked down. You know, all things considered, not horrible field position for the Explorers.
11 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Game is flying by. Stevie Davis cuts inside, and he's still going.
Churning
Look at the
those
little
legs.
guy churning the legs. Gain of 6.
Playing with some heart there. I love it.
One more look, and that's a good job to cut it inside because Eni White, though he was blocked, you're not going to beat him to the edge. 6'5", 230. And if you're not beating him to the edge, that's a scary thing. But he is that good. Now Davis makes one miss, Muldrow, and may have gotten another yard or two. They're marking him out on this side of the field at the 27. So maybe a half-yard gain. It'll be third down.
Explorers trying to change up the pace a bit with this Stevie Davis.
It's the speedy little backs. We've seen a number of them over the years here at LaSalle, and was able to provide that little jolt to the offense when needed.
I formation, it's Stevie Davis in the traditional fullback spot.
Mike Allstott would be proud.
And it's Stevie Davis who gets the carry and a lot more. Makes the man miss, and he's out past the 45.
The swagger. You think it's going to Sam Brown? Stevie Davis takes it straight up the gut.
Not expecting that speed from Davis, just making his men miss.
Breaks some ankles.
And the point at the end.
That was great pursuit at the end from the Imhotep defense.
And now he gets the call with Sam Brown split out wide. He's the single tailback, Stevie Davis. It's Davis again. Bounces and has room on the boundary. Cuts up the middle. Stevie Davis inside the 35-yard line. And how about this homecoming for the sophomore?
Getting flashes of Tim Wade there. Trucking up the sideline. I love it.
Lucas Donahue, number 68, with an impressive block to allow Davis to get to the boundary as well. There's two extra linemen out there right now. They're committing to the rush game, and he falls forward for a gain of 1.
Committing to Stevie Davis, a push down.
And a big flop, too.
Yeah, right.
Bear in mind that you do have Santiago Sturla. And some of the conversations we've had about Imhotep's 3rd and 4th down decision-making in this field position are not the case for LaSalle. They haven't been in this position really at all. They had the long pass over the middle that ended up with a touchdown, and they haven't spent much, if any, time inside Imhotep's 50-yard line except for that first possession that ended in an interception. So, again, another 10 yards or so, and LaSalle may find themselves in field goal position.
Stevie getting a nice hand as he walks off the field for a well-deserved rest.
Oh, I know. Injury slowed down the LaSalle offense for the time being.
And now they're going to get the bruiser out there, E.J. Wentz in the backfield along with Sam Brown. Again, an extra lineman, Tyler, on both sides here. Just one wide receiver. They're trying to create a push for Sam Brown, who has it. Committing a heavy look. They call it hogs here.
Oh, we've been waiting for it. The Explorers adapting on offense here. I love it. They started off with a good mix, got down the field for the touchdown, and now they're committing to the run.
Again, 7 linemen on the field. A fullback, a running back, and just one wide receiver not on the line or in the backfield. And good blocking again. Sam Brown inside the 15-yard line. And LaSalle has found something here, Rob.
They're moving. Tyler said it, committing to the run, bringing in that Hogs package, and they are just able to open up that Imhotep defensive front, forcing a timeout. Imhotep wants to talk it over.
Sam Brown, I think, literally hit the same gap twice in a row. That thing was wide open.
Brown committed to not letting Stevie show him up on this drive, maybe.
Tell you what you have to do in that situation, Brown being successful, Stevie Davis being successful, kudos to both of them. How about these 7 offensive linemen creating the space and the gaps and the penetration downfield?
We talked about it all pre-game, leading up even through this game, that this was going to be their toughest test. We know the accolades heaped on this Imhotep defensive front, where they're going, the offers they've been given, and give the credit, where it's due. This LaSalle offensive front has stepped up today and been able to open those gaps and give the running back some room, enough room. You just got to find that little gap for them to get through, and they've been able to create it. And here we are, just under 9 minutes left in this game, and LaSalle in a position to potentially put themselves back on top.
This portion of today's game brought to you by the Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage. Keith Binsfeld, a tremendous partner of ours. If you are looking to refinance your home or you need a mortgage for your new home after dealing with Jim and Carrie, call Keith at the Binsfeld team at Cross Country Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Bob Long Sports. First down and 10. Davis bounces to the outside and has a lot of room. Good blocking. And he tried to cut it outside, and Ramir Stewart was there to make the play. I think inside cut might have availed himself a little bit more, but let's give Stewart some credit for shedding that block out there.
Yeah, I thought he had that block in the inside cut up there for the end zone.
He did get 3, though.
Take 3 on first down any day of the week.
And the crowd loves Stevie Davis.
Yep.
He's fun to watch.
Sam Brown, nowhere to go that time, and Imhotep this time off the timeout, making the adjustment.
That was a good use of the timeout. Held them to 3 yards over 2 down so far.
I mean, LaSalle
intriguing decision here, Rob, play call-wise.
They've got themselves in a good situation. You know, you've seen a couple mistakes from the quarterback position in tight spots today, so I feel like you're in a good chance to put at least 3 on the board, so you got to protect this ball.
An empty set. I wonder if you see, and there's nobody there. Ryan Moore is wide open.
Oh,
Imhotep fell asleep. Touchdown, LaSalle.
Wow.
We saw that a few times today where they just had receivers out there that had nobody on them.
It could be me, but Paterzo looked like he looked back to the sideline like there was some confusion, and maybe that was enough to create some confusion for Imhotep to where Moore finds himself uncovered on the far side of the field and able to just slip behind the D.
Here's one for you. Ryan Moore was not quite set. Ooh. In my view, I don't think he quite got set. And actually, I mean, that's certainly the conversation that Imhotep is having. But Ryan Moore recognized the situation there, called out for it. Paterzo recognized it. And I don't know that that was necessarily the play call. I wonder what it was going to be with an empty set on 3rd and 8. But they adjusted. And LaSalle leads 13-8. And now it's going to be half the distance. I wonder if you don't send that offense on the field, guys.
I don't hate it. I don't.
They just declined it.
Yeah. They want the.
It is a chess match here.
Yep. Because then you put yourself up 6. So then a touchdown failed 2-point, you leave yourself tied. Or blocked.
Or that.
Wow.
And that one has to sting on the sideline there. You go with the conservative play. And you don't get it. So it's 13-8.
Well,
but LaSalle, the job is clear now defensively. Keep Imhotep out of the end zone.
And, I mean, the whole adjustment on the drive there, putting the Hogs in, getting the running game going, and then, you know, Imhotep adjusted at that timeout there. And like you said, it's just a game of chess. They finished that drive with a wide-open pass, so good mix there.
This is exactly what we expected today, right? I mean, we talked about it. This was going to be low-scoring. That's what these teams have been playing in all season long to this point, especially Imhotep. You know, they're low-scoring games. So,
well, yeah, I'll tell you, Rob. Both of these point totals allowed are the highest point totals allowed by both
team?
defense all year. Imhotep had only given up 10. LaSalle had only given up 7. So, yes, if that tells you anything, we should have been expecting this. Two of the best teams in the state of Pennsylvania forget the classification. And that's why you're all here watching today, that's for sure. Sterla, interesting decision there, and it's going to end up being a touchback. A different way to get to the same place. I would have taken the field position and run with it. But they tried something a little cheeky there.
It almost bounced off the receiver's hands there.
I know, it looked like it went through them.
I think it did tick it, but that's not a. I mean, that's still a touchback there. So now, for the first time in this half, LaSalle's defense finds themselves in a position where they haven't given up a ton of field position. And good for the defense, they haven't given up a point yet in the second half, but a little more breathing room than they've had in either of the two positions prior to this.
Plenty of time for Imhotep as well, so no reason to abandon their game plan yet.
Nowhere to go that time. Nice play defensively, number 48, Daniel Ford. That's a loss of 1, so give him a sack.
Daniel Ford, little shout out, LaSalle Wrestling. Taking that nose guard or nose tackle position. for this defensive front. Nice to see him probably pull off a little double leg takedown while he was in there.
Guys, 6 minutes and 56 seconds to play. It doesn't feel that way. It's been a really quick game.
Yeah.
It's not even 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had a delayed start due to the touching September 11th tribute. And now this is a Wildcat look. Ramir Stewart gets nearly to the line to gain. And they're going to give him the first down.
Just a nice.
Well,
they're moving the chains, but the ball's marked.
Wow,
the ball's marked short.
I think they're going to fix it, Rob. He put the ball down on the line, and the line to gain was right at the 30-yard line. Chains started moving. Referee, who had his back to the chains, grabbed the ball and moved it back a yard. And I think that's a mistake. It should be 3rd down and a yard.
Yep. They got to fix the chains. They got it set up short. But the funny thing is they've got the first down marker
and
at the line where it was short, where it was the line to gain.
Tell you what, give the officials credit for
they're
taking
fixing
control of the situation.
Yep. They're doing what they need to do. Unfortunate thing here is that it gives Imhotep time. Clock stops.
Boatloads of confusion over there.
The first half has come to an end, though, right?
Listen, let's there's a lot of folks not happy. Let's give the chain gang a little bit of slack, huh? They're out here on a Saturday afternoon
it has been
trying
a day.
to help.
Been a
Ramir
day.
Stewart not gonna get there, and the spot mattered. He lost one.
Dell Jackson stepping up off the edge.
That should be 4th down.
And it's 4th down. They have it as 3rd. That's incorrect. It should be 4th down. And you know what? If I'm LaSalle, if they don't get this right, I would call a timeout. But it looks like they have.
They got their hands on it. They're going to switch it. Or are they? All the officials are putting up the fist for 4th.
It is 4th down. There was confusion when those chains, it all goes back to the missed spot.
That's
4th down and 2.
That was a huge turn. Glad they corrected the mistake, but man.
And out stays the Imhotep offense. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play.
They feel like it's the game right now.
And there's 3 folks in the backfield. It's a Wildcat look. Ramir Stewart runs off tackle and has a lot of room. 1st down and more.
Wow. Gutsy call.
Paid off.
Look at these outside offensive linemen. They're going to shove inside Tyler, create that outside, and Ramir Stewart just ran with it.
Yeah, did a great job of picking up Abdul Carter there, who was, I think, the only person that could have made that play.
Tell you what, it's a good thing Abdul Carter was where he was and forced him inside, because otherwise he might still be running. That was a breakdown defensively by LaSalle. But a long way to go here, and it looks like it's going to be Ramir Stewart's show the rest of the way. LaSalle adjusts on that play, and it's a gain of just 2 yards. You know, we talked about this a little bit before the game, but Imhotep's defense, as good as there is in the state, there's 3 phases to the game, and the offense was still looking for a little bit of answers against Pittsburgh Central Catholic and against DeMatha Catholic.
Seems like they're still trying to, figure out their identity early on in the year.
Yep. And Mikhail Davis, I think he did some good things, but Devin Johnson has determined that right now, all reliable is Ramir Stewart and that offensive line. Let's see if they can drive all the way down the field for what could be a game-winning drive. Long way to go.
Down over.
Timeout on the field. What a game. This portion of today's game brought to you by Jim and Carrie. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Garin Boyle of the Carrie Garin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. LaSalle's choice for realtors. If you are buying or selling a home, no better place to go than Jim and Carrie. How confident am I? Well, I made the decision myself. I put my money where my mouth was, and my wife and I used Jim and Carrie. Not only are they as dedicated to the school as two individuals that you'll find, but they're so dedicated to their clients. They're incredibly knowledgeable. They do a ton of business, and so what that means is they know. They know other realtors. They know what gets deals done. They know where the great neighborhoods are. They know where you want to be, and they can help you get there. Jim and Carrie of the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Fox and Roach Realtors team, they are proud sponsors of us here on Bob Long Sports. .4:24 on the clock. 2nd down and 8. And it's Stewart again, this time off tackle. Campbell couldn't make the first hit, and he stumbles forward to about the 1st down marker.
And looks like they're going to give it to him. He was right at that line.
I noticed they started using Abdul Carter as a spy there, it looked like.
If there is anything that Ramir Stewart has in the tool bag, similar, we've seen Ryan Moore also wearing number 8 for LaSalle as a Wildcat, and didn't really get to show it, but he ended up pulling the ball and thinking about throwing it. There was a penalty. But if there's a way that Ramir Stewart can do that, there is one receiver out there, and everybody's crashing in the middle. Here it is. And that one is out of bounds.
Do you know something we don't, Bob?
You have a bug in your ear down to their sideline?
No. This isn't a New England operation.
Bob Longgate?
Bob Gate.
Listen, it just makes sense, right? You have 10 guys coming into the box and trying to stop a run.
Got to keep them honest.
You got an incredible athlete in R.J. Atkinson out there who has size.
And speed.
Touchdown and speed. Touchdowns in the equation anytime. Ramir Stewart. Nowhere to go. Daryl Dingo.
He's having a game.
Dingo got your Wildcat.
3:38 and ticking here. 3rd down and 10.
So got the running back, got the quarterback, now he's got your Wildcat. Just unbelievable pursuit there by Mr. Dingo.
Dingo and tackles for losses. Name a better combo.
He likes them. No, I can't think of one.
3 minutes and 19 seconds to go, and it is becoming apparent. This is the drive here. Imhotep in 4-down territory. They went for it from their own 25. Timeout, and it's going to be called by LaSalle's defense.
And you got to feel the early 4th down conversion earlier. I know it was a 4th and short, but time's winding down. You got 3 minutes on the clock. This feels like 2-down territory, I mean, without a question.
This defense has been tested all year, Rob. They played a lot of snaps against Malvern Prep, a lot of time of possession to the Friars last week. They held on, up 3, final few drives of the game. They stood up 2 or 3 times there, and they're being asked to do the same here today against Imhotep Charter.
I don't think that defense would have it any other way.
They're living up to it, man. It's been a day for them, and we say it's been a day. They've only given up 8 points. So, I mean, they've stepped up to the challenge and handled it well.
And you think about either way this falls. If Imhotep goes down and scores, or if LaSalle can get a few stops and then run out the rest of the clock, what this does for either team, the winning team here is going to be set up. LaSalle would be 3-0 against an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. And Imhotep, if they get the win, they'd be able to say, yeah, we went to Pittsburgh Central Catholic, who was one of the top 2 teams ranked in 6A coming into the year. We went down to DeMatha, a regional power, and then we went down to LaSalle High School and got 3 wins. So a lot at play. Stewart makes one miss. Oh, Abdul Carter throws a shoulder into Ramir Stewart. 4th down.
Carter and McFadden. McFadden, I think, helped bring that down, but that was just unbelievable pressure by LaSalle's front 7. Just not giving up their ground, coming together and making that stop.
And who else to deliver the hit than Abdul Carter here?
The boom.
Well, Carter laid the hit, but you talked about McFadden. He set the edge, Tyler and Rob.
Yeah, it's arguably more important there. That's what made that play happen. A lot of gold helmets in that backfield, like Rob was saying. It's just a great effort from this LaSalle front seven.
Here we go. One late substitution. The weak side linebacker, Matt Wills, comes in replacing Kevin Hawley. 2:12 to go. Here's your ball game. The quarterback, Davis, is back in. 4th and 9. Davis takes off. Davis goes down. And it is Matt Wills. Matt Wills, who was just substituted into the game at the last second. He's the one that gets the sack.
Someone fix that man's shoulder pad sticking out of his jersey, because that was an unbelievable substitution to begin with, and then just getting into the backfield and not letting Davis get that pass off.
The amount of energy from that sophomore is unreal.
Listen, guys, several weeks ago at Bishop McDevitt in Harrisburg, it was a late scratch. Abdul Carter couldn't play. Obviously, back has been healthy the last 2 weeks. But they said that night, the coaching staff said, we need Matt Wills to step up. And he did in that game. He got great experience there. And here he is in the game's deciding moment, getting the big play. Good for Matt Wills. Sam Brown bounces to the outside, trying to stay inbounds, or maybe it doesn't matter because he gets right near the line to gain, and it should be a first down. Move the chains for the Rutgers commit, Sam Brown.
Now, I don't know whether I couldn't catch whether it was a 6 or 8. If it was White or Stewart on the edge, saw Brown going by and just gave up on pursuing that play. He figured he was just gone and let him get by him, but that's just the speed of Brown able to get that edge and just turn on the afterburners.
The clock is stopped with 1:55 to play. Sam Brown bounces it outside. Again, you're going to want him down, and that is going to hurt. Flags come in. I'll tell you what, do not be surprised. Actually, depends where he went out of bounds. But if it's 3 to 4 yards, if I'm Imhotep, I am declining the penalty and taking the stoppage of the clock at 1:47. So let's see, where did they spot that ball?
So they're going to take the penalty.
It appears that way. And you know what? Sam might have gotten 7 or 8 yards. It was tough to see where as he was tiptoeing the sideline.
Yep.
But if that was 2 or 3 yards, you absolutely decline that penalty because the down is more important than the yardage.
Right. And the clock.
Well, right.
Well, the clock's stopping, but either way. But
no, but that's the point. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, you're giving them that extra down.
Imhotep had burned 1 timeout to our understanding, but as that timeout was called, I did see somebody lying on the field, a trainer looking at him, so I wonder if that was an injury timeout.
And now you got a false start. Game management, right? End of game. The ball, we've seen it bounce out to the left, bounce out to the right. Kind of up the middle would make sense, Tyler, I would think.
You would think. Run out that clock as best you can at this point.
You don't want to outthink yourself in this situation.
No, it's a pretty straightforward end game typically, especially with this first and very long now.
So it's first down and a mile. Sam Brown, this time he's right up the middle, but bounces outside and he's got a ton of room. Brown trying to take it all the way. Pulled out of bounds. First down and goal coming up for LaSalle.
Suddenly it doesn't matter.
Take everything I just said and throw it out the window. Sam Brown's like, you want to talk about my...
You want me to go up the middle? Well, I'm going left,
all right.
I'm going left.
I'm going to go up the middle, and then I'm going to cut left and take it almost to the house. You do you, Sam Brown.
And he has been doing him for the last 4 years. He's played heck of football.
First down, goal to go. Ball security. That's the name of the game right now.
Hogs is back.
E.J. Wentz fumbles forward for 2 yards.
But hey, he stayed in between the chalk, and the clock is running unless we got a timeout.
1 minute and 25 seconds. Imhotep won't burn it now. By my count, it's 2 timeouts.
Goal to go, too, so.
The official BLS count is 2 timeouts.
Don't put our name behind that. We're not standing behind that.
Of note, too, if this ends up being a field goal situation, guys, that's only an 8-point lead.
Absolutely. And that extra point would come back to at least make things interesting down the stretch. Sam Brown makes one miss and down inside the 5-yard line. And there's your timeout. 46.7 seconds to play. And so they'll talk things over, and while they do, we'll tell you one more time about E&M Insurance in North Wales, run by Chris Marr, former Alumni Association president here at LaSalle, and a big part of the day here, homecoming. What a great day it has been, starting with Game Day Live and getting to this moment here, all the other activities on campus. And just as well as those things were run here today is how well his insurance shop is run. He can help you with your personal side, property and casualty. He can help you with your commercial insurance. He really does it all. He does it with a smile on his face, and he does it with a deep repository of knowledge of the solutions that can help you and your business. If you want to learn more, go to eandminsurance.com or visit them on Facebook. And while we're talking about Chris, Rob, you'll like this one. We're going to give a shout out to the LaSalle Alumni Association today.
Hey.
A great job to put this event on, supported us the entire way getting to this point here. And it has been a great week for LaSalle athletics and LaSalle homecoming in general. So we appreciate them.
Big testament to Chris, big testament to Bill Murphy, current president.
Brendan O'Malley, homecoming
O'Malley.
committee chair.
A lot of great guys doing a lot of great things for that Alumni Association.
So it's 3rd down and 5, and the game's still in doubt. But LaSalle trying to punch it in. It'll be with their Wildcat option, Ryan Moore. He's got blocking on the outside, cuts it in, and he's just short.
Markham at the 1.
I thought he was going to follow Sam Brown to the promised land there.
So they're not calling a timeout. That must be about it. It is 4th down and goal. By my count, about 10-second differential between the play clock and the game clock.
That's, them LaSalle scoring is probably the best case scenario there, while also being about 1 yard, 2 yards away from an end zone.
For Imhotep.
So they're going for it on 4th down, and I think this is the right play. E.J. Wentz.
Got it. No.
Nope. 4th down, turnover. So 5 seconds. Clock is still running here, but there's going to be about 5 seconds left. And Imhotep needs to go 99 yards to win it.
So you bring out your safety.
Last one here, Dunphy Ford in Mayfair. Appreciate them sponsoring us and supporting us this year as always. Kevin Dunphy does a great job. And if you're looking to buy a new car, it's a tough time to get a new car, so he can help you through the process. Dunphy Ford.
And time for one more Where You At.
Yes.
Give it to Damian or Damer Zajac. Class of 82. Probably knew my pops. Playing on that team with Tex Flannery.
Wow.
Checking in from Collegeville.
And we want to thank the really nice Imhotep contingent that watched here today as well. It's great to have you guys out. Good viewership, I can tell. You guys love your team, and you guys have a fantastic year in front of you. And tell you what, one play here. Let's see what Mikhail Davis, the sophomore, can do. 3 guys on the LaSalle side with their toes around the 50-yard line.
Student section's walking. I would sit tight for
I would sit tight
moment,
too.
Folks.
Crazier things have happened.
Could turn into a bit of a rugby scrum here. Laterals, could be seeing it here.
Our buddy Seamus Morgan has done an excellent job on the camera today, as always. He's going to keep his eyes peeled for...
Follow that football, Seamus.
For what Imhotep has in store. 13-8, LaSalle leads. 6 seconds left. This will be the last play of the game. Imhotep. Doesn't have enough. Not today. LaSalle College High School, a statement win here on homecoming. 13-8 over Imhotep. And this team that scheduled 5 incredibly difficult games before conference and league play starts, they found their way to an unblemished record heading into mid-September.
Ryan Moore sealing the deal there with the tackle at the end. Got a little dicey, if you want to call it. He got almost to midfield there, but
He's the Madden hit stick there.
woo! Oh, you did it. See, I was waiting for it. I didn't want to throw it out there, but thank you for making the Madden reference. No, just unbelievable game by both of these teams. I mean, both have a lot of great talent on both sides of the ball. We called it. I mean, all the writing was on the wall for what this game was going to be, and it lived up to the hype and lived up to its low-scoring fashion. And here we are, LaSalle pulling it out on homecoming.
I love this little rivalry that's kind of developed over the last few years. I mean, when I was in school, we never played Imhotep, so I think it started, in like 2013 or 2015. And every game we've watched and commentated on, it's been awesome. That was a very fun football game, very defensive-oriented football game there.
A brilliant effort by John Steinmetz and that LaSalle defense. Fantastic. I think back to that Matt Wills fourth down sack. Fantastic play by the sophomore. Abdul Carter, maybe his best game in a LaSalle uniform, and that's saying something. Abdul Carter showed out in a big way here today. And James Franklin, well, probably not watching this one as he prepares for Ball State in about 17 minutes, but he'll have some nice film to look over. Sam Brown, Stevie Davis in the running game. And how about Joe Wade and this offensive contingent for changing up the play call, adjusting mid-game, and going with a 7-man up front Hogs offensive line package. That was the difference. That was the lone touchdown of the second half. And that propels LaSalle to a huge 3-0 record. So now we're going to send it down to the tradition.
One of the greatest.
We're going to send it down to the alma mater being played by a packed student section here on homecoming. A great game for the LaSalle Explorers, a tremendous high school football game, and a game that'll keep you thinking about what could have been on both sides. Some missed opportunities for sure, but execution when it mattered came to the LaSalle Explorers. And most importantly, Tyler, Rob Stott, 1-0 with the headgear picks.
What can I say? Probably 1-0 for the rest of the season, but no, that was a lot of fun. And I said it a couple moments ago, but this game lived up to what it was supposed to be. And you mentioned Coach Wade making the adjustment. How do you stop or at least find ways to work through a defensive front with some top-rated prospects in the country? Numbers. They outnumbered them on the offensive line, brought as much human mass into the middle of that front and made some space for their running backs to go to work. And I mean, this was a classic. You want to call it an instant high school football classic? That's what we had in front of us today, and it was awesome to get back in the booth with you guys and awesome to be able to make the call for this game.
Yeah, this day had a lot of ups and downs, whether it be in the push-up contest or we're out on the football field. Yes.
Literally.
Yeah, Rob, you were a worthy adversary, but
I didn't have it cut out. I'll put a little work in for next time.
You got to prep for next one, yeah. But but I like Bob touched on. I appreciate them injecting Stevie Davis into that offense. It kind of gave them life. The same goes for Matt Wills. Like whenever he was out in the field, he was all over the place. He made some big plays. Some younger guys stepping up. You love seeing the sophomores just kind of get hints of what's to come in the future years. Because I mean, we've been with Abdul Carter and Sam Brown, obviously, for so long. So it's
obviously.
So obviously. Sorry, Bob, I'm shaking off the rust here. But, in all honesty, I'm excited for this team for this year. This is probably the best LaSalle team I've seen in my time commentating on Bob Long Sports.
Hot take.
Interesting. That's quite the take. I'll have to stew on that one for a week or so. They are a very good team, no doubt about it. And they have a lot in front of them. And it'll be incredible to watch this team as they go along. I want to see what Imhotep does as well. And listen, there's a collision course right now. October 3rd coming up. LaSalle St. Joe's Prep, a lot to go in between now and then. It'll be a game next Friday here against Haverford School, and then they go down to McDonough, LaSalle does, on the 25th of September, and those are going to be two very difficult games. After that, it's LaSalle St. Joseph's Prep, and the one thing you can't say by the time you get to that game, it's not like they haven't gotten their tests and their reps coming to that moment. So, again, the collision course may be coming that way. 6A may run through the Catholic League, and it may run through that game. A lot ahead of us here. But a great game here. Rob Stott's been with me, Tyler Kern. Ray Gomez, thank you so much for everything you've done here today. Great to have you, and we'll get you back with us real soon. Awesome job on rugby commentary at halftime. Seamus Morgan, my camera guy, always great to have you, my friend. And for all of us here at Bob Long Sports, I am Bob Long saying so long. LaSalle a winner in a thriller, 13-8 over Imhotep. We'll see everybody next Friday night as LaSalle returns right here to take on the Haverford School.